Rivals Radio.
Rivals Nation, welcome back to the broadcast. It is so incredibly satisfying to finally say that football is back.
It is so good to be back, but, we have to be precise about what back really means this week.
Right, exactly. We aren't looking at the regular season opener just yet. This is the preseason Week 1 kickoff for Rivals Pro 26.
And that's a huge distinction. If you tune in this week expecting, mid-season form or 4 quarters of starter play, you're going to be pretty confused. This is the rust removal phase.
Absolutely. And we've got 2 very different data sets to get through today to get everyone ready.
We do.
First, we're going to navigate the whole preseason Week 1 schedule, not just who's playing who, but the logistics, the weather, and what you should actually watch for.
Right, when the starters inevitably sit down after one series.
Exactly. And then second, League HQ just dropped the official strength of schedule rankings for the regular season.
Which gives us our first real mathematical look at who has a clear path to the playoffs and who is basically walking into a buzzsaw.
Let's start with the immediate action, the preseason. I think we need to set expectations for everyone listening about playing time.
Yeah, that's key.
The rule of thumb here generally is that your big names, the franchise quarterbacks, the star edge rushers, they give you maybe 1 quarter.
Maybe. 2 series if the coach is feeling generous. Sometimes even less.
So the focus is somewhere else.
Completely. The priority this week is pure evaluation of the depth chart. It's about the rookies trying to make that 53-man roster and the backups just fighting for positioning.
So we're not analyzing high-level strategy today so much as we are, environments and depth.
Exactly that. Environments and depth.
Okay, let's get right into the schedule then, starting with the Friday Night Frenzy.
The opener.
Virginia Beach Bombers at the Honolulu Surf, 8 p.m. Eastern. You can stream that on League HQ. Now, environmentally, this feels like a very specific choice for an opener.
Oh, it's the ideal soft launch. It's Honolulu, it's warm, and physiologically, that actually matters a lot for week 1.
You're talking about injuries.
You want to avoid those soft tissue injuries, hamstrings, groins, that tend to pop when you go full speed in freezing temperatures after a long off season. Honolulu just lets everyone get up to speed without fighting the thermometer.
Well, that luxury disappears pretty quickly. Let's move to the Monday night doubleheader. We've got Salt Lake at Mexico City, and then Houston at Seattle.
Seattle's the headline there for me.
Because of the turnover.
Massive turnover. They have Andrew Frost, the passing king, now in the Pacific Northwest. But again, don't expect him to throw 50 passes on Monday.
Right. So what's the real story?
The offensive line depth. They drafted James Virgin and James Mundy. Monday night is about seeing if those rookies can just hold a block. Because if they can't protect the backup QB now, they're not going to protect Frost later.
Good point. Then Tuesday night, reality really sets in. We have Austin at San Antonio, your standard Texas clash, but then
To nick at the other one.
Chicago Football Department visiting the Pittsburgh Prowlers. Tuesday night, January, in Pittsburgh.
That is the hard launch. Unlike Honolulu, you're dealing with the Steel City in January. The ball is harder, it's slicker, the grip is completely different.
That's a huge adjustment.
It is. You often see that early sloppiness in these cold weather preseason games, and it's not because of a lack of talent, it's because the receiver's hands are literally numb.
It's a shock to the system for a rookie.
A total shock. And it forces a focus on the run game and ball security immediately. If you're a rookie running back for Chicago, this is your test.
Yeah.
Can you hold on to the rock when it feels like a brick?
Moving to the midweek slate, Wednesday and Thursday. Bit of an international flavor here. Wednesday, you've got Tokyo Riot at the Toronto Blizzard.
Toronto is another venue where the cold is a major factor, for sure.
And then Canton Crush at the London Lions.
Look at the travel logistics for Tokyo. Flying halfway across the world for a preseason exhibition in the Canadian cold. That is a grit check right there. It tests how the whole staff manages jet lag and recovery.
Before a single snap.
I'm for anything.
Then Thursday night, Omaha's at Georgia, and OKC is at Philadelphia. I really want to circle that Georgia Wildcats game.
You have to. You absolutely have to. They drafted 10 players, an A grade from the pundits for volume alone.
And some big names in there.
Shadiq Moore at corner,
Yeah.
Christian Masigalupi at safety. I mean, if you are a fan of scouting, Thursday night is your showcase. Georgia has so many young guys who need reps that they might play their rookies for 3 full quarters just to see what they have.
A pure volume play.
Yeah.
Now, the Friday slate brings us right back to the weather extremes. Memphis at Anchorage.
The ice pack. Yeah, we talk about home field advantage, but Anchorage in January is It's a weapon.
It has to be.
You'll have rookies coming from college programs in the South. Maybe they played at Florida or LSU, and suddenly they are in Anchorage. It's a durability test. Can you even function when your body just wants to shut down?
And the late game Friday is the one I think everyone has circled. Buffalo Brawlers at the St. Louis Rhinos.
Oh, yeah. The debut of the #1 overall pick.
Burt Bean.
The gunslinger. Even if he only hands the ball off 3 times, just seeing him take the field is the narrative hook of the entire weekend.
And Buffalo is the defending Apex Conference champ. But they've completely rebooted the most important position on the field.
They did.
We'll talk more about Buffalo's road ahead in a minute, because the math suggests Burt Bean is in for a very rough year. But first, Saturday.
Ah, yes. Breakfast football.
It's this very unique triple header starting at 8 a.m. Eastern. You've got LA Rain at New Orleans, then New York at Orlando.
And then Sacramento at Vancouver at 10 a.m.
That 10 a.m. kick for Sacramento at Vancouver, that's brutal on the body clock. That's got to feel like 7 a.m. for the players on the West Coast.
It forces discipline. You have to wake up, hydrate, and get taped up while your body still thinks you should be asleep. It's a mental hurdle as much as a physical one.
And we wrap the whole preseason opener with Smash Mouth Saturday night, Albuquerque Dukes at the Columbus Crusaders. You need to watch Albuquerque here. They had an A-minuses draft. They picked up Andrew Smith and Neo Judkins. This is a team that thinks they are ready to contend right now.
So they need to show the draft grade wasn't just hype.
Exactly.
So that's the slate. 16 games, a lot of rookies, a lot of weather, and very little starter playing time. But that transitions us perfectly to the second part of our deep dive.
The games that actually count. The strength of schedule.
League HQ released the SOS rankings. For anyone who's new to this, let's just clarify what we are actually looking at with this metric.
It's pretty simple, really. Strength of schedule just aggregates the winning percentage and the projected quality of all your opponents for the season.
Yeah.
A higher number means a mathematically harder path to the playoffs.
That's a forecast.
Yeah, doesn't account for injuries or trades, nothing like that. But it tells us who starts the race running uphill.
And looking at this data, one team is climbing a vertical wall. The Buffalo Brawlers.
It is staggering. I mean it. They have an SOS of 89.4. That's nearly 2 full points higher than the next closest team. Wow. Is that just the tax you pay for being a conference champ?
It is. It's heavy lies the crown and all that.
Okay.
But think about what that means for Burt Bean,
The rookie QB.
the #1 pick. Usually you want to ease a rookie in, right? Give him a few soft defenses to build some confidence. Buffalo doesn't have that luxury. Every week is a heavyweight fight for them.
So their preseason, their preparation, it has to be more intense because they can't just use September to figure things out.
Precisely. If they start slow, that schedule will absolutely bury them.
Rounding out that top 5 of hardest schedules, we've got Canton, Albuquerque, Tokyo, and Georgia, all sort of hovering in that 87.0 range.
Which, it validates why Georgia drafted 10 players. They knew this gauntlet was coming. They needed bodies just to survive the attrition of an 87.35 SOS.
Now, there's a massive logjam in the middle of the league. It looks like ranks 6 through 20 are all clustered between 87.00 and 85.6.
It's a huge clump of teams.
You've got heavy hitters like New Orleans and Salt Lake, and then this whole 86 club with Oklahoma City, Memphis, Philly, Houston, Arizona.
The takeaway for this middle group is that the schedule itself isn't the deciding factor. The difficulty is it's comparable. The difference maker here is going to be the roster additions.
So like Philadelphia.
Take Philadelphia, yeah. They're sitting in the middle of the pack with an 86.35 SOS. But they added serious speed in the draft. Kyle Morris at receiver, Keenan Stoke at corner.
So for them, an average schedule combined with that above average speed should equal a playoff run.
Theoretically, yes. In this tier, you just can't blame the schedule makers. It comes down to pure execution. Did your second round pick pan out? Is your backup QB ready?
Dropping down a bit, we've got the 85 club, Sacramento, Virginia Beach, Pittsburgh. Then this lower mid-tier with San Antonio, Mexico City, London, New York, Honolulu, Seattle, Vancouver.
Again, a really tight grouping. But look at Mexico City there, SOS of 85.40. That's manageable. And they just traded for Dom Metcalf.
The receiver who led the league in touchdowns last year.
Exactly, and they reunited him with his old QB. So you have a superstar addition plus a manageable schedule. I mean, that is the formula for a sleeper team right there.
Let's look at the bottom of the list. The teams that, mathematically have been gifted a clearer path.
The easier roads.
We've got Toronto, Columbus, Chicago, Omaha, Austin, and Kansas City.
Kansas City is the one to watch there. SOS of 82.90. They have Carlos Green at quarterback. He's an MVP caliber player.
And you're giving him an easy schedule.
Giving an elite quarterback a bottom-tier difficulty schedule is dangerous for the rest of the league. I mean, he could put up video game numbers.
But there is one team with a path so clear it almost looks suspicious. The Orlando Sharks.
An SOS of 82.15.
That disparity is just wild. Buffalo's at 89.40, Orlando's at 82.15. That's a 7-point swing in difficulty.
It's astronomical. But here's the trap. When you have the easiest schedule, the psychological pressure completely flips. Well, if Buffalo loses a game to a top-tier team, people say, well, it's a tough schedule. If Orlando drops a game to a sub-500 team, the panic button gets hit immediately.
They have to capitalize. No excuses.
They have to. They shored up the defense and the draft angel dub at safety, Brett Coleman at linebacker. But with an 82.15 SOS, good isn't enough. They need to be dominant. Anything less than a playoff berth is a total failure.
It creates this fascinating duality for this weekend then. If you're a Buffalo fan watching on Friday, you are just praying for survival.
Right.
But if you're an Orlando fan watching the Sharks on Saturday morning, you are expecting a coronation.
And that is why we play the preseason, to see if the reality on the field actually matches the math on the spreadsheet.
Just to wrap up the Chicago situation, we mentioned their cold weather game on Tuesday. They have one of the easier schedules at 83.35, but their draft was pretty light.
Only 3 picks, graded a C+. They're banking entirely on their returning veterans staying healthy. An easy schedule helps, but if they suffer injuries in these cold preseason games, they just don't have the rookie reinforcements that a team like Vancouver or Georgia has. They are walking a tightrope.
High risk, high reward. All right, let's reset the timeline for everyone. Preseason Week 1 kicks off this Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, Virginia Beach at Honolulu.
And don't just watch the ball. Watch the trenches. Watch the offensive line depth. Look at a team like Arizona. They drafted 2 tackles, McFarland and Marciano. I want to see if those rookies can push people around. That's where you learn who these teams actually are.
It's not about the scoreboard this weekend. It's all about the depth chart. So here's the question for you. We've laid out the gauntlet that Buffalo has to run and the open highway for Orlando. Which path builds a better, more battle-tested team for the playoffs?
Do you want the path of least resistance, or do you want to be forged in fire?
Let us know what you think on the league's social channels. Keep your eyes on those rookies this weekend. One of them is going to be the breakout star of 26.
And we finally get to see the first snap.
Football is back. Thanks for tuning in to this deep dive on the preseason kickoff.
Thanks for listening.
From Rivals Radio.
It's Rivals Radio.